Guys and girls, how are you doing today? Single roleplay here once again. Today Grinding Games released the Balancing Manifesto, Developer Manifesto for the 3.6 Synthesis expansion, where they basically just show us some information on why they are choosing these or that buffs or nerfs in the upcoming expansion. The patch notes, the full patch notes will come tomorrow, but for now we can read this, which is basically like an explanation of the motivation on what is gonna happen in 3.6. So let's take a look. The spells. For a number of leagues, the majority of builds, the spells have been using totems, traps, and mines. Definitely, the self-casting has been quite in shit state. Not many people really self-casted or hand-casted their spells, so they're gonna make a series of changes and buffs across the board for all spells in the game. Okay, they reviewed and adjusted the base damage and effectiveness of almost every primary damage spell. That's very good. They also included some traps, mine, and totems in these adjustments. It's very nice. Okay, these changes have been focused on separately balancing low and high levels. Pretty cool. They also reviewed Val skills and skills from items. Very nice. Oh, a small number of spells that we consider too powerful for their ease of use, like Brands, Winter Orb, and Blade Vortex, that have their damage lowered. Jesus, Winter Orb, Blade Vortex, and Brands will be nerfed, guys. In the patch will come out tomorrow. We will see all the patch notes and the numbers will be there. So these three will get a nerf. This is quite obvious. Honestly, Winter Orb was just GG. BV as just very strong, but you know, not as popular as Winter Orb now, but still strong. Strong Brand is just fucking OP and all matters. Okay, mana cost of many skills have been adjusted to take the mana cost per cast time of skills much more consistent. That's very good. A few exceptions to the cast time equivalent mana cost rule. Channel skills are slightly cheaper, while curses are more expensive than other skills of equivalent cast time. That's very interesting. We'll include this list. Okay. Many spells had their cast time higher than 0.75 seconds and been lowered, and their damage adjusted to match. Okay. Okay. And the high effective hit damage will made them very powerful with traps, mines, and triggering effects. Here are a few examples, like for example, Discharge went to 0.75 from 1 second, Glacial Cascade went down, Little Arc went down, and Ice Snow went down. This is very sweet. Some skills had a lower area of effect than other skills without a good reason have had their area increased or now gain additional radius at the gem levels. It's very sweet. You'll find new sources of increased area of effect in the passive tree for casters. Honestly, this was not a big of an issue. Area of effect was not that crazy important, especially if you played Elementalist. It's not like no big of a deal, honestly. Made a few changes to the various spells, like lowering the cooldown of Convocation. That's actually nice. Having Spark to be able to re-hit a target in a Spears after a short delay, and having enough projectiles fly much faster. That's sweet. This is a buff. Support gems. A number of support gems that have fallen behind others in power and until they are receiving some numerical adjustments. Chain. God, Chain really needed a rework, guys. It's like too much less multiply on Chain. This is was just entirely garbage shit. Fork was pretty decent, but overall, no, there are many better gems instead of Fork, and I really can't wait to see what Fork will be reused to. Fork support, Spell Cascade, and Innervate have their values improved. Sweet. Arcane Surge support now has damage multiply at high damage gem levels. Very sweet. Onslaught support and summon Phantasm support. Now we have Avex on hitting rare unique enemies. Very, very damn nice. Okay. Powerful bosses, especially the Elder and the Shaper, previously had significantly less effective curses on them. Actually like 80 to 90% as far as you can remember. They've now lowered this curse effect reduction to let damage. Curses provide more worthwhile bonuses against bosses. Temporal Chains and Enfeeble now have a separate value of damage reduction and slow for normal magic enemies compared to rare uniques. That's very nice. With rare unique enemies having about half as much effect. So from like 90 to maybe 50, 60 something. That's very nice. The accuracy reduction of Enfeeble has also been reduced. Okay. Now this is interesting. The energy shield leech added multiple sources of energy shield leech to the game, buff on a new support gem. Wow. For spells on the and for spells and passive skills. That's sweet, guys. This really was. Honestly, I think that like normal spells, not the normal like life-based leech for spells, was lacking more than energy shield, because it is possible to stack like retarded amount of shield charge recharge rate, fastest out of energy shield recharge rate. Overall, energy shield is in much better state than the life-based spellcasters, because you basically just don't have ways to leech and recover this life from the spells. Is a problem. Energy shield has lower cap and maximum restored per second than life leech. Okay, 10% maximum measure. But the dedicated energy shield leech passive that let you increase this number. Guster now doubles your maximum energy shield per second. What? Turning on what? What the fuck? Holy jizz, that's really strong. Holy, this is really sweet, guys. It's like, and Gust River get a buff. That's really sweet. Sweet, that's sweet. Previously, there were no upper limit on how much of individual leech effect could restore. This man has a very high damage hit with enough leech could last minutes, if not longer, if you had an effect letting your leech remain in full life. Now there's a limit of 10% restore per leech effect. So each individual leech effect can last for more than 5 seconds. For the Ascendant Slayer passive skill, this is 5% lower. Okay, so this is a nerf a little. The passive tree. We made a large number of changes to the passive tree. Okay, spellcasters. Initial leech, we've seen that. Okay. Spellcaster clusters. Okay. Shadow area has small amount of new evasion. Okay. Caster weapon passive. Weighted in just a number of passive tree clusters that affect staffs, dual wielding, and shields for casters. Okay, sweet. This provides powerful bonuses to spells that were previously only found on generic skills, including a lot of cast speed for casters that are dual wielding. Sweet. A lot of damage and defenses for those using shield, and bonuses to every effect for staffs. Incredibly sweet. Elemental damage wheel. The elemental damage wheel of passives to the left of the Templar starting arena has fewer elemental damage skills and a single powerful elemental notable that combines some of the power of the 2 previous elemental notables. Okay. Includes 2 new notables that work very well with the new spell that can freeze 2 fire lightning. That's very sweet. Shadow starting passive. We adjusted the connections to the tree to the shadow starting area. Notable passive providing evasion, energy shield, and energy shield leech takes some of the old bonuses and places them to the right side of the tree, shifting the mana path so it's now parallel. Okay, we'll see this. And now it's very hard to really like understand what is going on without looking at the tree. Added 2 new passive tree classes that provide damage bonuses for channel skills, as well as some defensive properties while channeling, stun avoidance, and physical damage reduction. This is very nice. Trickster. Trickster, Ghost Dance, and Escape Artist notables have been reworked significantly with the goal of providing unique and very powerful reward for specializing in evasion and energy shield. So possibly, Trickster will also be very strong for the Essence Drain in 3.6. Ghost Dance now creates Ghost Shroud every second up to a maximum of 3 after you're hit. A Ghost Shroud is consumed, restoring energy shield. Wow! Based on your evasion rating. That's sweet. Fucking sweet. Also added Frenzy in power charge generation while channeling to the Swift Killer notable. That's very sweet. It's like Trickster becomes a really solid spellcaster too. Okay, Inquisitor, guys. Inquisitor reworked the consecration-based notables on Sanctify and Pious Path to greatly improve reliability of Consecrated Ground for the Inquisitor. Instead of just giving powerful bonuses when you manage to be in Consecrated Ground, Sanctify no longer creates Consecrated Ground when hit or on kill. Instead, it will allows create Consecrated Ground around you while you are stationary. This is very strong. Pious Path now lets you the effects of Consecrated Ground linger for 4 seconds after you allies or enemies would no longer be affected by the ground. That's incredibly strong. These changes work well with the change to all Consecrated Ground that causes hits against enemies and either to have 100% increased crit strike chance. That's very sweet. Crit strike chance. Okay. That's nice. Effects that gave enemies an additional chance to be critically hit now have been all changed to instead increase the chance of critical hits against them and give additional crit chance before modifiers. Okay, sweet. Non-chaos damage as extra chaos damage on weapons. That was really the meta stuff in the Betrayal. The interaction of the non-chaos damage with hits and extra chaos damage stat and multiple damage conversions made the stat far more powerful for very specific setups than a single stat should be. We've lowered the value of this stat on the combined craftable spell damages and non-chaos damage with hits and extra chaos damage modifiers on weapons. Okay, it's a nerf. The Veil mod that only grants these modifiers has now been split into 4 versions: Fire, Cold, and Lightning and Physical. That shit. This modifier is now available as a mod on many caster weapons above level 60 and high value, making it a powerful effect to find when creating the perfect element specific caster weapon. This looks sweet overall, but splitting into 4 it really is a nerf actually. It really is a nerf, it's a big nerf. Existing items will not be affected, okay. Okay. Plus max to max totems veil mod. This modifier is no longer available as a veil craftable modifier. Instead, in our pieces of mod on a shaper shields, this modifier was too powerful to be able to easily apply to an already strong rare shield. So now you've got to get it early in the process of crafting an item. Okay. So it's not only on the shaper shields, and until you get the shaper shields, it's not impossible to unveil this and craft it on normal rares. I think it's like really, it doesn't really change anything. I mean, it's still on the shaper shield, right? It's just a shaper mod, but still can be crafted anyway. It still can be like rerolled with chaos and shit. It's still easy to get. Unique nerfs. We've made some adjustments to a few unique items, or maybe actually it cannot be rerolled. Maybe it can be like unveiled on only the shaper item though. Yeah, we made some adjustments to a few unique items that were problematic. What? What? What problematic items? Guys, what? We made a few changes to prevent total immunity in specific damage types. This could be used to completely trivialize. Finally, fucking more nerfs. Jeez. Finally. Player maximum resistance can never give go above 90. Okay, as maximum resistance you have about this variable with no effect. That's very good. This is especially important as synthesis introduces other sources max res. Sweet. Val Impurity Auras now provide less damage taken of the element and have less aura effect per level. The Gluten of Enemies now provides curse immunity to prevent interactions with temporal chains, letting it last for too long. Technically, this is a buff that just completely destroys this permanent soul charging, jagging out, or whatever they are. It's like dead rip build now. There's a plenty of other changes on hits for the future. Attacks need the same level of attention to more than spells and getting 3.6, as well as changes to abyss jewels and physical weapon damage, but we'll be spacing these changes over 3.7 and beyond to make sure they get the time and attention they deserve. So, patch notes tomorrow, guys. There's also a new notable passive, which is Ethereal Fist. Look at this. 0.6 of spell damage leech as energy shield. This is extremely sweet for any ES-based spellcasters. A plus 3% of max energy shield to maximum total recovery per second from energy shield leech. What is this? I just don't understand. 3% increase attacking cast speed while leeching energy shield. Like, what? I don't really understand, guys. What is 3% of maximum energy shield to maximum total recovery per second from energy shield leech? I can't really compute this. I need power building, but it looks pretty sweet. At least we're getting more and more spell leech on the tree, and this really is good. So basically, what about the thoughts on here? Spells get a buff. Some spells have their cast rate being reduced by a lot. Actually, the cast rate has been greatly increased. Curses now has higher effectiveness against the bosses. There are more sources of spell leech now, including energy shield leech. So energy shield is king this build, I believe. Trickster got a major rework, as well as Inquisitor has been greatly buffed using the new consecrated path interactions. The totems now on the shaper shield. Non-chaos extra chaos damage has been nerfed and split into 4. Uniques will get some nerfs in the patch we will see tomorrow, as well as max res has been nerfed. Gluten elements has been not working anymore with the temporal chains, and overall I think that's an interesting information that we get there. We'll see more tomorrow, so thanks for watching guys, and see you soon. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially, as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, be it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching, listening to all this. See you soon.